Hello everyone, this is Greystone again. We won the die roll, we will go first, and I am playing my incredibly bad swamps deck. So we can take a look at what we've got. We've got a contaminated ground, we've got an evil presence, Quake vampires, Doomblade, and a corrupt. I'm gonna keep this because we'll probably be drawing into more swamps because that's what this entire deck is based around. But first things first, we are going to see what our opponent is playing. So, first thing, also Lesnia Guildgate. I'm expecting slivers. So, I'll play that down. And we're going to just contaminated ground that right now. It is now a swamp. So, they are getting no mana off that. Let's see what they're going to do next. They got a... They did indeed get a... forest. Let's see if they play anything. I'd love to draw another swamp next turn. So yeah, if you haven't watched the video or read the article that this video is going to be placed on, oh, abundant growth. Very clever. We're facing a hexproof deck. Very, very clever. Oh, he's going to Utopia Sprawl. What's he choosing? I chose grain. Very good. Well, we've already done our damage. So I'm going to drop down our Dross Golem. I'm going to Evil Presence his other one just so that he doesn't get double green. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that interaction. Well then, that's just a little funny. I did not even think of that happening. So this is quite interesting. He's got one that he has to tap, or if he taps it he takes damage, and one that is a swamp. Probably one of the most interesting matches we've ever done. Oh, so here we go, he's gonna go for green and take his 2. He taps the other one, or he's gonna drop down a Glade Cover Scout. He doesn't have enough Young Wolf. Interesting. Well, I'll keep. We are 2 from going corrupt, so we're gonna go in with our fear. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Let's kick her up once. So 1, 2, 3. We now have a 2/2 Swamp Walk. So that'll be 5 next turn. So if he's not playing Hexproof, or is he playing a version of Hexproof with a young wolf in it for whatever reason? Well, he finally got up 3 land. Oh, yep, there is Slippery Bogle. So, yeah, we are indeed seeing a Hexproof, but for whatever reason, he's got a young wolf in there. I can understand young wolf with Rancor. Well, take your extra 2, you go down to 11. Good, good. There's his ethereal armor for his 3/3. Alright, well. We're going to attack with both. Drop him down to 6. Oh, that's going to be funny as hell. To Doomblade him, sorry, to corrupt him next turn if I draw into a swamp. What we're looking at, Ancestral Mask. Very good. That's fine. Still only 12. And you don't have a fog. Oh, let's see. I don't have a sideboard, so I'll take this little time to go over the deck again. Lots of swamps, as you can see. Evil Presence, Contaminated Ground, and Tainted Will in order to destroy our opponent's mana base. Pretty much based off of land destruction, letting them keep it, but making it not as good for them. Then we've got our Quag Vampires. We have our Blister Grub, which is really nice. When it dies, it does some extra. Our Sewer Shambler, a Swamp Orc with Scavenge. Our Dirtwater Wraith, which is pumpable. It's a Shade. And we got our Dross Golem. It's Affinity for Swamps with Fear, so I figured why not. And we got our Tendrils of Corruption to gain life, our Corrupt to gain life. And then we have our Plague Sickness based off of our swamps to remove creatures. We have our Doomblades for removal, Geth's Verdict for removal, our Victim of Nights for removal, and we also have... Where are they? Oh, I thought I put Stab Wounds in here. Stab Wounds are not in here. I should have put them in there. Oh well, like I said, it's a bad deck. Let's submit and we'll go on to round 2. Let's see how we fare against this slightly different Hexproof deck. So we'll see if he joins first. Oh, sorry, if he goes first. I don't know any reason why he wouldn't want to. His deck is based off of speed. I'm gonna be praying for the verdicts at this point. I should have taken the Doomblades out, but if he's running Knowledge, that should they still can come in handy. Plus that Young Wolf, which seems to be a very different choice. Now we just hope that he hasn't timed out. He submitted a deck. Maybe he just got up and figured I was going to take the rest of my time. For the deck that has no sideboard because I'm running 70 cards. not something you see regularly, or at all, especially in Pauper. You want to maximize your results, so like I said, this is just a bad deck, but I threw it together when I was bored at work. Figured why the hell not? It was inspired by Corrupt being reprinted. Unfortunately at uncommon, so standard Pauper it's not exactly good, but Quag Sickness, which just screams put me into a mono black deck, was printed, and there's a bunch of stuff in mono black that just could be a lot of fun, I think, in the upcoming games. In standard, if you've seen the preview for the guy that has Devotion, it's absolutely sickening. Devotion being the number of the colored mana symbols that you have for your color. Oh, no, we got some guy that just decided he was going to start watching, and he stopped watching. There we go, he chose to play first. 2 contaminate. Oh, I'm going to keep this. I can't help but love 2 contaminated grounds, even though he's going to get it off first. Let's see what he does. Gledcover Scout. Young Wolf. Bah. Not that worried about a little wolf. A Victim of Night. Well, that'll come in handy. So he's got Ancestral Masks, but he's using a Young Wolf. Well, it's a very interesting, very different. Trying to do Aura Stompy, maybe? Land Grant. Search for a forest card, so we know it's going to get a forest. Literally, that is a very interesting card. Might as well count for a land. You're going to come in and poke me for 1? Good boy. A Ledge Walker. Now we got a little bit of a clock on us, but not that worried about it. A Blister Grub, oh that'll be good. Well, let's Contaminated Ground. He's now gonna have to pay life to cast anything. A Victim of Night's not gonna be very good because I'm not gonna hit his Undying. Abundant Growth. That's fine. You're still going to take your damage when you tap it. What I'd really like to see is Seizures. It was not printed, or not reprinted. And Rancor. And who are you hitting? Oh, that makes sense. Now you're going to hit me for 4. Ah. Alright. Now here's the question. Well, I'm not going to kick it at all. I'm going to pay my block. So that can block the wolf. I'm still going to put us on a clock, but if he wants to pay anything down, he's going to take his lickings. So there's his ethereal armor. That's going to be a 6/4. We're not going to be able to do much on. Oh come on! You wanted to attack with that. Why did you not want to attack with that? You can't block it. We're gonna be dead in two, maybe 1 turn. He can just keep hitting us, so I'm gonna throw down a Blister Grub. And I haven't played a Swamp yet. So yeah, unless I get Geth's verdict, which would be absolutely awesome. It would be a great equalizer. Geth's verdict, not the Wraith. So yeah, we don't get anything off of this one. As he's gone up to 7-7. So we concede, and we'll go on to game 3. Like I said, it's a bad deck. I should have taken the two blades out. It's a bad deck, I know it is. But it's so much fun to just have fun disrupting your opponent's game. And we get to go first this time, so maybe, just maybe, we can do it enough to beat this different hexproof deck. Melon Le Chat. I don't recognize that name. Well, I might have to look that up afterwards. So, wonder what kind of changes he'd be making in his sideboard. And we're waiting still. And we are back. He finally submitted his deck. And so, yes, we are going to go first. What do we got? Ew. Huh. Not a whole heck of a lot that we can work with off of 1 mana. I don't like doing it, but I got a mulligan. Evil Tainted Well. We can kill. Oh yes, definitely I can keep this. Please tell me he mulligans to 6. Make it fair. Do it, chomp. He did. Well, we're gonna keep this. He kept it. Oh, so there we go. And we are F4 to end our turn because we can't do anything else. F2. Glade, oh, Slippery Boggle. So we're going to Contaminated Ground and let it begin. Wild Growth. Rankle. Yep. Oh, well. Oh no, Evil Presence, the other one. Not gonna kick it. Throw down a guard to do a little bit of blocking, chomp blocking. Yeah, like I was saying, I would wish, really wish, I could get seizures from the Ice Age block. Oh, Land Grant. Interesting. they've got another forest. Well, I'm gonna kill this one. I'm gonna draw a card off of it. You can play down his other forest. There we go. Now I'm going to start putting them on a clock. I don't know what he drove into. Ancestral Mask would absolutely ruin us. Oh, you take your 2. Utopia Sprawl. Well, I chose white. It's only got 3 cards in hand. There we go. Oh, there we go. The Armadillo Cloak. Not much I can do about that. 5-3. Alright, you gained your... Very nice. Gets a verdict. Oh, swamp. I need to keep 2. No. Now we go on the defensive and wait for him to attack. Well, he probably hasn't... What is he doing? 10, 9, 10, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, nothing I could have done. Oh. Verdict. Nope. That's game. Alright, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And even the trample would go forward. Alright, and good game. Alright, well that was an unexpected turn of events. I started chatting a fellow up, and he conceded the game. Apparently he didn't want to answer my questions, so... but for all intents and purposes, we lost. And, well, that's that. Like I said, this is a bad deck.